Hey everybody, Miss Teacher here. We're looking at number 2. A prism is filled with 43 cubes with half-unit side lengths. What is the volume of the prism in cubic units? And we've talked about several different strategies that you can use to help yourself with these types of problems. But I want to remind you of the visual that might help you remember a few things. If this is considered a full unit cube and this is a half-unit cube, if you count how many of them are there in a full unit, it's my hope that you can see that there'd be 8. So one of the strategies that we talked about in class is the idea of for every 1 cubic unit, you would need 8 half cubic units. And you can use proportions because they're talking about 43 half unit side lengths. So you'd have to decide, where am I going to put the 43 in the proportion? Is that full cubes or is that half cubes? But let's say you're afraid that you're going to mess up with that. Then another strategy that we learned is if you have the number of cubes that we're talking about, then you can multiply it with whatever the side length is. You would cube that. Why? Because volume is 3-dimensional. Now remember that a half times a half times a half, if we think about what's a half cube look like, it would look like this. It means a half is a factor 3 times. And if we actually multiply that together, we would get this. So another strategy to figuring out the answer is to just go ahead and multiply 43 times 1/8, which is the same thing as doing 43 divided by 8. So finish that computation up, 43 divided by 8, and you'll end up getting one of these answer choices. So be careful because there are two that look pretty similar. Make sure you're carefully subtracting and do the algorithm rather than using a calculator to make sure that you choose the correct choice. All right, good luck finishing that up.